You're the one I'm telling you, and I'm glad again to talk to you. I'm very happy to be sharing all this stuff with you. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time to share with all my friends and family the stories and all. So today's topic is the path, Torah. Now, Torah means the path. Well, you want to go from one place to another. You look up on the map. You look Google, Schmoogle, something. It tells you how to get there. Now, if you want to get a life that's like of the Garden of Eden, right? A life of bliss and happiness and innocence, the Bible begins somewhere along the line with the story of the Garden of Eden. And the Garden of Eden is very much tied to the Tree of Life. Now, the path to the Tree of Life suggests that it's worthwhile traveling. They will get you to the fulfillment of your possibility as a divine human being on the planet. It will tell you what is it you need for this journey. And what you need for this journey is inner qualities. Nothing you carry on you, nothing you can buy in a store. Your trail mix not going to help. You might have, well, during the journey occasionally have some because you get hungry. But that's not what you're after. The food sustains your body necessarily. The body is sacred, it's a temple. In Kabbalah they say the body has a soul. It's called the Nefesh Behemit, the soul of an animal. Bodies are like animals, right? They need to eat like animals, sleep, they have all the same instinct. Fight, flight, anger, you name it. Whatever animals have, we have it too. Thank God. We have to recognize it, and it's sacred. The body is a temple. Right, so, on the path to that place, you have to look at all the things you need to take for this journey. All the quality. Kabbalah talks about kelim. Kelim means vessels. If you want to make wine, you have to have a vessel. If you want to develop spiritual qualities, you have to be able to deal with the energy of each spiritual quality. They're not just words. Spiritual qualities, for example, like compassion, mercy, sadness, gladness, all are emotions that connect the body with the soul, or the soul with the body. So, in the vessels we need to get to live back into the garden, right? If we want to use the metaphor, the Tree of Life will lead you back to the garden. To the Garden of Eden, right? We all want to live a wonderful life, an innocent life, a happy life, fulfillment, right? Innocence is totally required for the journey. Yet innocent, they say, if you're going to get on the road, you better not be too innocent. But if you want to arrive into the spiritual qualities, sooner or later, you have to look at your innocence. Now, so that's like one of the qualities that you might take to achieve where you want to go. If your destination is to live in the garden, to play childlike but not childish, to be innocent but wise, childlike but not childish is very important. But without innocence, you're not going to have love. So, how do we get back to the garden from where we are? We all basically are told we lost our innocence somewhere along the line. We indulge in a lot of things that take us away from the garden. Anger, judgment of people rather than understanding. So, above us all, in order to get to the garden, we have to have a map of consciousness that will develop the spiritual heart, the Lamed Bet Netibot Chokhmah, the 32 paths of consciousness that are required for the journey to be whole, to fully grasp who we are, our place in the world, our potential, and, God willing, a happy, healthy, long life. A life that we look back, wow, what an amazing journey. Boy, lost nothing, gained everything. Huh? Now that's a nice way to go. When your journey enriches you rather than deadens you. When the journey excites you rather than you're filled with fear. Because wherever there's fear, there is no love. Those two don't coexist. You have to be aware, but you be full of care, but not full of fear. Anyway, so we go down, the Keter Torah, the divine knowledge, is the guide. Now what is this guide and how do you live it, right? So this guide basically, as the Hebrews have it, comes from the divine source, given to Moses. That Moses had received from the Creator a path to live on earth, or how to walk this walk, so that we can achieve the divine purpose on earth. There's a story in the rabbinical story that when we're in heaven, before we come down to earth, the soul has no body. It's not male or female. But before we come down to earth, the soul is divided in two. One half becomes a male, goes into a male body, the other one a female body. In heaven, when there's no body and no needs and no pain, it's easier. They say, the rabbis say, mankind is higher than the angels. Well, if you don't have a body, you don't have a lot of trouble. Bodies are tricky. And to maintain them and live them over a long period of time, it's not easy. And to stay in health and happiness, and not be sick, and not live on pills. How do you avoid the negative out of the garden, so to speak, right? Because when you're in pain and you can't have fun, and life is, quote unquote, sucks and stuff, well, you will not have a life that you feel has been blessed. So, you have a choice, either in the garden or out of the garden. Right? And it's not that the Creator will throw you out of the garden. He gives you the path. Choose. You want to live like in innocence and in love? Like as one as you were in heaven? Man and woman totally united in bliss and in innocence? And eating of the fruit of life. And the fruit of life is, in that fruit of life you get fulfillment. When you don't eat the fruit of life, or you don't cultivate the tree of life to produce the fruit of life, then your other choice is you won't have it. And if you cultivate the tree of knowledge, which according to biblical understanding, the tree of knowledge will take you out of the garden. It'll pump your head full of knowledge. You'll think you're really smart. You might try to go on your own way and find out. Say, hey, those guys lived then and I live now, and I'm going to go on my way. I don't have to listen to the sacred voice. I don't have to. So you harvest from the tree of knowledge. You might know a lot, but you will never have the fulfillment of life. Life will pass you by while you think you're a genius. So what's a real genius? When you don't need therapy anymore. Huh? When you have a great life, you don't need no therapy. Right? If you don't have a great life, if you're suffering, you get a hand from therapy to create a great life. That's the destination. A life worth living. So if you accept the fact or reject it, your choice, that the Creator has created the universe, you and I and everybody else, and give them the free choice and the possibility to live in the garden. And if you want that, the guidance is there. If you're out of the garden, it'll bring you back into it. They call it return, shuvah. You can, in other words, if you strayed and you're sick and you want to feel like, hey, mate, I strayed, I misjudged, I took wrong turns, I invested in life in things that did not give me any satisfaction at the end. So you can, with a switch of consciousness, go back to say, hey, maybe I should not invent the wheel on my own. Maybe I should listen to the counsel that is for my benefit, not to limit my possibility, but to give me the possibility. The law does not limit you. It's not limiting your freedom. Within a true understanding of the law, you get your freedom. Because freedom is within certain understanding and boundaries. Some things don't belong. You don't do them. You don't want to do them. They will mess your life up. It's for your benefit. Like don't steal, don't kill, honor your father, your mother, the 10 Commandments. Those are great guides. Right? They will spare you a lot of headaches. And honoring your father and your mother will give you a long life. Father and mother need the care of the kids to have a long life. And kids need the care of the mother and father to have a life. So it's like the chain of life. It's all those laws were how shall I say, preconceived to help us live with each other and with the divine in total harmony. And that is the garden. Now, so okay. Now we have either you accept it or reject it. If you accept it, I'll tell you what it's in. Like, what is the guide, what does the Kabbalah say of how to create heaven on earth for men and women, for men in general, for families, for society, to function without violence, without conflict, to have solutions to problems rather than violence, to come with understanding rather than condemnation, with healing touch. So, once you accept the Torah, then you say, okay, now how is the Torah manifest? Right? If you look at it in terms of the human body, right? The Torah is something above your head. The consciousness, the sort of the halo, so to speak, right? The light that you can connect with, the infinite light you can connect with. And that light, as it filters down, comes down into the body, into the head, right? The consciousness. Then it starts going down like we are made of right and left. The brain is made out of right and left. We are like two legs, two arms, we have two. We have a system, it has duality, it functions and it rests. Everything in our system has two kidneys. There's some organs that are only like liver, but most organs have complementary systems. Right? So the divine knowledge also has the same modality, right? Yeah. Left brain, right brain. Huh? Left eye, right? A right arm, a left arm. We're divided. Then there's the center, right? And the center is the heart. And then you keep going down, and then it goes down. We are sexual beings. Sexuality is very tricky for mankind. I mean, Hebrews, it's the foundation. Freud said that how sexual, and that energy, libido or chi, or how you want to define it, right, is channeled, makes all the difference in the world, whether it puts you in the Garden of Eden or it puts you into lust. Right? So and then you have two legs, right, that connect you to Mother Earth. And all the different parts of our being have qualities. Right? And they're necessary for the harmony. So it's not one or the other, it's both. It's left and right. Huh? Yeah, you can move them one at a time. But bottom line, there's a balance. So all the spiritual qualities are reflected in our bodies. Like the soul, once it permeates the body, all the qualities of the soul are in the body. Huh? And it all starts with the soul. Without the soul, there's no life. Right? Especially no spiritual life. The American Indians have this thing called the walking dead. They have a body and they talk and they eat and they do that. But you can see ain't nobody home. Right? Nobody home. Yet somebody who has all those qualities, you can immediately see, boy, there's somebody home. It's reflected in every cell of your body. And every pore. So, the dual functions, the first, as it goes down and it filters down, you end up with Chokhmah, Binah, V'Da'at. Right brain, left brain, and this section. Chokhmah is wisdom, knowledge of wisdom. It's different. Wisdom is different from knowledge. You can read all the books in the world and still not gain wisdom, or be able to live a wise life. So divine knowledge lived will give you wisdom. And wisdom is the first part in accepting the Torah, the path, and the divine commandment to live by. That's in the beginning to be wisdom. If you're smart enough to accept that, you're already wise. Reshit Chokhmah, Yirat Hashem. The first part of wisdom is the awe of heaven and the divine law that was being given. And then so wisdom is a rational quality also. It's not, it has order. It's not chaos. It has movement. It has continuity. It has rootedness. And it's not